Thank you for joining me for this discussion on process orchestration versus choreography of microservices. I'm Alan Bollinger. I'm the Director of Product at ProcessMaker, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the microservice strategies that we use. Now, at this point, you've gone through the process of reworking your older system into a new collection of shiny microservices. You've decoupled, rewritten, and reworked the whole system to the nth degree, and now it's time to put it all back together. But now that I have all these new microservices, how do I make them work together to form a process or an application that I can actually use? So how do I manage my brand new microservice architecture? There are two different strategies. The first one is orchestration. Orchestration is more of your traditional method where you have one part of the system synchronously organizing the way that the application flows. The second strategy is a choreography. This system is collected of a bunch of services that all respond to one another through a subscription-based event service. In microservice orchestration, one service controller handles all communication between microservices and directs each service to perform its intended function. Just like in a real orchestra, each musician waits for a command from the conductor. Each is an expert at playing their instrument and has the sheet music for their specific part. And yet, they'd be collectively lost without direction of the conductor. So, the recap of orchestration is it follows a response request paradigm. It centralizes your business processes. It's synchronous. However, it is coupled, and it does have interdependencies between the services, just like a monolith does. Microservice choreography. For microservice choreography, you need a way of exchanging messages between microservices. Whenever something happens, this is typically done through an event broker. The moment a given microservice sends a message, they're done. Everything else happens in an asynchronous manner without waiting for a response or worrying about what happens next. Each service is observing its environment, and any other service that subscribes to that channel of messages will know what to do. A single event could trigger multiple services independently. In this type of system, let's imagine our system as a dance team. Everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing and following the music. It is able to take the right steps at the right beats in the song. If you were adding additional dancers, they could easily listen to the same music and perform their own parts without having to even stop the music. Just like the dancers, our microservices listen to events happening in the system and fire off independently, making all of the necessary moves because they're all following the same choreography. Adding a service and subscribing to an event broker is all that is needed to enable the service to respond to any event at any time without modifying any other part of the system. So to recap, in a choreography solution, there's no centralized controller. It's easy to add or change out or update services independently of one another without affecting the system. There is no single point of failure because each service knows what it's doing for its own job independently. This in itself is agile. And you can do different kinds of patterns if you like. The drawbacks is it gets very complex very fast, and it takes a specific kind of mindset to wrap your brain around the complexities that having this kind of decoupled solution brings. Is everybody still with me? So the real question we need to ask ourselves is which of these patterns is the correct one for your solution? The answer we have is both. Utilizing a hybrid of synchronous and asynchronous blocks of processing, orchestration and choreography combined means that the flow is distributed and protected against a single point of failure. Services can be decoupled, but only to a certain extent. Blending orchestration with choreography gives you the opportunity to obtain optimized results and tailor each approach to meet the needs of your architecture. Don't be afraid to experiment and come up with your own hybrid strategy. This is one of the most important benefits of having a microservice hybrid architecture. Thank you for joining my talk today on process orchestration versus choreography and microservices here at Laracon 2021. For more information, visit ProcessMaker.com to check out our process automation solution powered by Laravel. Thank you and have a good day.